Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing is April the 21st, nightly cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, gold and silver bullion video. Bell notification, comment down below, like the channel and shares. We're briefly going to look at the US dollar. You can see we do know the US dollar, and this is the first mover advantage, the truth, trust, education, information that sets us apart and is the value of the channel. Become members of Jabroni Killers, $2.99 a month or $3.99 a month. Cheapest and best value. You can see the US dollar has been in this rising channel, which are bullish continuation patterns, but bearish reversal patterns when they do eventually break out of the pattern. And a technical target, it's about 7 out of 10 times, is where the pattern started, which would be down there at about 82, between 82 and 75. So I usually do it about right there. So about 75.7, 75 and 3/4 would be your technical target. And that would be a catastrophic collapse in the US dollar purchasing power. Nobody would want to see that, but we've been on this rising wedge since the financial crisis. And for only the third time now, we're trying to break out of it. We're below that critical 100.733. We tried to get a slight bounce off the new swing move low and daily low today. And it's going to be a critical week to see if we can't get some support here and try to trade back up closer to the 100. Because if you don't, and you continue down, before you know it, you're going to be down here at 92, which is going to put upwards pressure on the price of commodities and gold specifically. That's already rallying hard. It's going to put more pressure on Jerome Powell, a criminal gangster from Donald Trump, to lower interest rates because he's going to want to stimulate the economy, which is going to accelerate the selling in the dollar, which is going to accelerate the pumping in gold. As you can see, the gold bullion is at a new fresh record high, hitting $3,439 now, but it was up to $3,450 and change earlier. And the gold bull market continues to push up because the monetary and fiscal policy has been in shenanigans for 50 years. It's now forcing its way up to that technical target with the first mover advantage. The cup and handle you can see right here. See that? That's our cup and handle that we had there. That was a 13, 14 year long, but from where the cup started in the financial crisis, really in 1999, 2000, started the gold bull market with the tech bubble collapse, where you can see gold started at about $256, peaked after the financial collapse at $1,900, and now it's sitting just below our $3,538 target. We're within $80 of our target, as we're sitting at 34.62, I believe, right now. Or that might have been the swing high. We're up 1%. The mining stocks are doing, 34.62 is where we sit. So about $80 below our target that we saw when the bullion was sitting at $1,600 and change when these videos started coming out in April of 2020. But we have some news too and this is the value you're getting here. We have some news too with the XRP. If we take a quick look at the XRP, where it's sitting at the chart right now, we're going to hit delete, make this look a little bit better. Get rid of that out of here. Are we in the right chart? Yes, we are. Get back into the XRP, zoom in, full screen, get into the daily time frame. We know about this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern that we believe that we're in, which we've been in for quite some time. The first mover advantage gave it to you there in early to mid-January, just after the 340 high in that purple circle. We put out in yellow right there. See that? In yellow, the head and shoulders. Now we're sitting at the critical neckline, trying to bounce over it after we've had our bearish cross. You can see where we're at now with the moving averages. The 200-day moving average is slightly trending up again because the price has rebounded from that $1.61 wick low down there about 10 days ago. And now we're sitting just under the neckline. And that's a critical area for the neckline, because if we can pop back above this, you could run all the way up here into the moving averages at about $2.21, just below the last wick high you had when the moving average was slightly higher right there last week, and that is possible. Or if you continue to get rejected here in the XRP price and the volume doesn't come in to sustain you above, it's that classic hook nose bearish reversal pattern that we talked about 2 weeks ago when we got up into here and got rejected, right? So that's what we're going to be watching here over the next several days. And there's been some bullish news in XRP, but it hasn't really done anything this evening. Let's get rid of these dots that it has created. It hasn't really done anything to pump the price. But if we take a look at some of the news that just came out with the XRP price, go in the news, go into, it was just on here. Hold on a second. It might be right here. It is right here. In the last 24 hours, XRP has rebounded. Notably, a massive transfer of over 29 million XRP hit Coinbase with this time frame whale alert. This isn't what I was wanted to see. They just did where they're going to do derivatives on Coinbase, and it was just sitting here. And I don't know why it is not literally, I just seen it on here. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me, Surge. It was just on here. There we go. Coinbase. Coinbase has listed future contracts for XRP token on U.S. derivative exchange. The cryptocurrency platform said on April 21st, a contract are overseen by the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, and offers traders a regulated capital efficient way to gain exposure to one of the most liquid digital assets. The company said in a post on the X platform. Coinbase futures include standard contracts representing 10,000 XRP and retail-oriented nano contracts representing 500 XRP each, or approximately $1,000 as of April 21st. The contracts are the latest crypto futures to launch on Coinbase Derivative Exchange, which also features Solana, Hendra, HBAR future contracts, both added in February, right? So that's some news for XRP, as well as XRP surpasses Ethereum in a major metric. But that was some another way to trade and get exposure to XRP on an exchange that once had XRP banned, is now bringing in futures trading to their site. So that's very exciting for the XRP price. If we look at the Bitcoin price, we've had a continued rally today, and we're getting very close to that 90,000 and change upper resistance that we were talking about last weekend and 2 weeks ago when we had that weekend pump advisory 10 days ago. And now you can see we're sitting just above the 100-day moving average, and we're just below that $90,017. But something even on this current pump, see this last couple of days of volume, it's nowhere near where the pump started with volume. So the volume continues to fall, which leads me to believe that this is going to get rejected, and the momentum is not going to be able to be sustained because the volume is just not there. And this is just a relief rally to the upside after hitting a major target down here at $74,000, where we had a nice double bottom in the daily time frame, but much easier to see in the 4-hourly and the hourly time frame. And then you had a technical bounce, and now it appears that you're going to go hit that technical level at 90,000 and change, and that's the next area to watch, where I would expect a violent reaction, potentially a quick sell-off to the downside, right? Because I think that's going to be a major resistance area up there. AMP is finally starting to show signs of life. You know, we've been waiting for AMP for a month and a half, 2 months, maybe longer, because we've been in this falling channel. See that? We've been in this falling channel since early December, and we know they're bearish continuation patterns, but they're bullish reversal patterns when they finally decide to break out. And usually a technical target is up there near the top of the wedge, where it's or the top of the channel where it started, which would be right about there, point just below the 1 cent level, right around the 1 cent level. We've been thinking there should be some kind of a reactionary bounce, a quick pump, not to say it's going to sustain up there, but a relief rally that could be from now where its swing low was all the way down here. Still don't want to buy you to a potential target of 154% move to the upside after this big turn to the downside. It is up 13%. Its biggest signs of life in 3 months. And if we zoom into the we'll go to the hour time frame. You can see where the moving averages are. We'll update. We're above the 50-day moving average. We're right at the 100-day moving average right now, and the 200-day is just below a pretty good resistance first level at 0.00540. If we go into the hour time frame, you can see we had that local spike in volume. This hour candle, the volume is not quite so high, which is to be expected after you broke above the 50 with volume. Now you're in between the 50 and the 100-day in the daily right here, which you would expect now. A relax in the trading, a brief consolidation, and then either to try to reload up and make a move at the 200-day moving average up here, or what if it can't reload and make a run at the 200-day moving average, it would retest this area down here at 0.00388, the initial first move to the upside, but it's trying to show signs of life. We've been expecting to see some sort of life, and we've been watching for potential this target to the upside there in green. It was yellow. I just changed it, so we're going to watch this the next couple days. This could be finally the confirmed breakout after it got on the top side here. About 2 weeks ago, it flirted and stayed on the top side and traded sideways above it for about a week, and then now it's having this run yesterday and this evening, and now going into the early overnight hours today on this Monday the 21st. This could be the start of the breakout that we've been waiting for, so we're going to continue to follow that and pay attention to it. H bar broke below that 15.5 cents. It hit our double top target of 15.5 cents. We thought it would go to 0.09 and then have a nice bounce back up. It got as far down on that wick as 12 cents, bounced back up, got on top of this 15 cents like we were talking about, and now it's trying to hold it. And you can see it's hit it a few times here now, trying to hold it and confirm it as its support and not confirm it as a flip to resistance. And it's sitting there on it now, and it's trying to trade back up, and you need it to trade in the daily time frame and get on top of these overhead moving averages that are there to get shorter term bullish. And you can see we've just had our newly minted bearish cross, golden bearish cross. The 50 is now below the 200. So on any kind of bounce, if it can stay above this 15 cents, this would be your major overhead resistance right now. To flip to short-term bullish, you would have to get up on top of all three of those conglomerate of moving averages there in the daily time frame to get short-term bullish. That's something that we're going to watch out for the next 2 to 3 days. The same thing with XDC. You can see it's sitting there and getting, it's fighting with the moving averages. It's sitting now on top of the 200-day moving average. It's sitting just below the 50-day moving average in the daily and comfortably below the 100-day moving average. But you can see on that recent pump last week, you fired straight up into the moving averages, and then you quickly wicked down on top of the 200-day and below the 50. And that's what you're fighting with right now. You need to get a volume spike in the daily. And if you want to get shorter term bullish, again, you need to get on top of these moving averages, on top of the 100-day moving average, hold it, and then continue to trade up. And that's how you can get short-term bullish right now. If you look at, we were in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern, and we traded from a swing high so far. When we started telling you there was a reversal coming to the swing low, it went down 61.69%. If you look at the volume, you had a healthy volume increase when you were trading to the upside, and now on this downside, you've had a healthy volume decrease, lower almost than it was pre-pump. So that's something that we're watching there in the XDC. If we look at the ALGO, it's sitting there at a major support level too. You can see the 50-day moving average in the daily is where it just got rejected in this recent attempt to the upside. The 200-day is up there, and the 100-day moving average, get down here, is sitting just below the red trading resistance box up there, right? We can get rid of that one now. We can get rid of that one too. you can see where ALGO is now. It had a nice pump back after it broke the 20-cent level like we thought it would for quite some time, as we thought it potentially could come to 10 cents. It's bouncing back into this major resistance level that's been a major support level. It got rejected. Still don't want to buy the bearish advertisement. You got rejected by the 20 cents right here. The 50-day moving average is sitting right there. And now you got to try to hold this 19.5 to 20 cent red resistance level. You need to get on top of it and hold it to get shorter term bullish, because if you get rejected here and confirm below it to the bottom side, you're going to confirm it as resistance, and it's going to continue to the downside if you can't hold it on top of this critical level. Like the channel, subscribe. My lovely glowing Jabroni Killer members, on our way to 100 members in Jabroni Killers. Video description and/or pinned comment, and inching and fastly approaching 2,100 subscribers. Peace and love. The Rex Eyebrow J.